I'm going to show you what mental games dealerships play so you can avoid them and save money on your next new car. If you don't know who I am, my name's Tommy. I've been in the car industry for most of my adult life. I've done sales, I've done finance, I've done everything in between. Now I negotiate car deals, but enough about me. Let's talk about the mental game. People don't realize the amount of psychology that goes into buying a car. Have you ever noticed that almost every new dealership looks the same? Think about it. Big giant windows, open floor plans. Why is that? The reason is so the area feels open, so when you're sitting there for hours at end, you don't feel trapped inside a room. You have open windows, you have an open area, so you feel more comfortable, so you're willing to stay longer. There are plenty of mental games that dealerships play throughout the entire process to make you spend more. So I'm gonna give you a few of them so you can avoid them next time you buy a new car. I'll say the number one thing you can do, and I preach it on every video, is don't go into the dealership. Negotiate all your deals over the phone and online. But if you have to go to the dealership for whatever reason, this is the tips, the things to avoid, things to look out for, and keep in mind. Let's talk about the one that annoys me the most, which is the one that this comment actually generated this whole video on, which is when they have to go talk to their manager. So if you didn't know, when you're negotiating a car deal and they have to make a decision, the salesperson doesn't have the power to actually make that decision. They have to go to their sales manager. Now, if you just go on to TikTok on car sales, you will notice that almost everybody makes a joke of this, because normally when you go to your manager's office, you're goofing around, you're asking about their day, you're asking everything about anything but the car deal. And the reason being is it's a waiting game. They want you to wait, they want you to sweat, they want you to think. If you were to rush back and get numbers really quick, it'd be a convenient process. On top of all of this, once you've sunk 3 or 4 hours into a dealership, there's a sunk cost fallacy where you're like, I've already been here this long, I've already done this much, why not just give up an extra few $100 to have it all go over? Dealerships are a game of attrition. When you're negotiating in the dealership, you are putting yourself in attrition. And yes, the dealership also has to play that game as well, but they're willing to wait hours if need be if it makes you buy a car. Dealerships also want you to feel ownership. They want you to feel like you own the car. So some of the things that they'll do is call it your car, imagine this car in your driveway, and really make you feel like you own the car. If I can make your car affordable, will you buy it today? Again, they're using this psychology to make you feel ownership so it's easier for you to buy. Another trick that dealerships use is they use time as essence. Now, there is no difference if you make this decision now or make it the next day, especially at the end of the night. But they always talk about time. Time is urgency. Time is important. If you don't buy this car today, somebody is going to look at it tomorrow. There's always, I've even seen the game, and we did this game before, where a salesperson will go and say, are you done with those keys? I need them. I have somebody show. They want time to be an urgency. They want that to be a lost cause for you to have a chance to lose. If time is an issue, you may be rushed to make a decision. Again, another reason why we negotiate over the phone and online, because that comes out of the equation. But understand a dealership's going to keep pushing you for time, but you don't need to rush the decision. Another one that's pretty obvious, but not everybody understands it, is that dealerships play monthly payments over out the door and trade. They're getting you to go to monthly payments because they understand that if you focus on the monthly payment and not on the other things, then they can make more money. So understand that you should always be focused on the out the door price, not the payment. Now, one that I'm all too familiar with, as I spent most of my years in the back office as a finance manager, is the back office. You'll notice that when you negotiate with the finance guy, you don't negotiate out in the open area. They actually take you back to a closed area. And a part of the reason they're doing this is to change the dynamic. It feels like the car deal is over. I've won the battle, I've won the war, now it's over. But in reality, you don't realize what's about to come and about to hit you up the side where you're unprepared for it, which is the finance manager's pitch. And because you're so relaxed and relieved, you almost are willing to say yes to these products because it's a whole different situation and you've moved from the tough negotiations you were to a whole new environment. So understand that finance manager, once you get to him, it's a whole nother battle you have to fight. So I could do a whole nother video on the psychology. I actually like it. I think it interests me quite a bit. But to avoid all of these happening to you, the number one thing you can do is to avoid the dealership altogether. Now, I'll make sure we're clear, when we're talking about the shopping phase, you're gonna drive cars just like normal. But when it comes to the buying phase, you do not ever go to numbers, you do not ever negotiate a car deal while you're in the store. You always negotiate the car deal while you're at home, over text or over email, where you have time to think and be able to beat these kind of tactics that don't work over the phone. Again, some dealerships will make tactics. They'll keep trying to call you saying, hey, we can't give you numbers over the phone. I promise you, all you have to do is hold strong. And when you hold strong, you're going to get a great deal. If you guys like content like this, I want you to like, follow, subscribe for more. I want you guys to have a great day, have a great Thanksgiving. Again, I'm making 3 videos a day every day, so I'm really glad you guys are liking the content, but thank you and have a great day.